Yes, welcome to KHTV. We are in Nairobi. We are streaming live from Nairobi. Welcome, Dr. Judi Mora, who is
Thank you.
aspiring women rep Nyamira. How are you?
I'm doing very well. Very tired, but I'm doing amazing.
Yeah,
I just jetted in.
How, I know you are running for women rep Nyamira.
Yes, I am.
And you have come to continue with your campaign.
Yes, I have.
So what are some of the preparations you have done?
A lot of preparations. So I was on the ground. I visited so many people, and I went to so many hospitals, and I realized, well, you know what? There are a few things that I need to do, and I need to do different. So that's why I'm back.
Okay. While you were away in the US,
Yes.
many things have happened here since you left the campaign.
Yes.
You know, the parties are doing their primaries.
Yes.
They are choosing their candidates. So
Yes.
I don't know. Do you already have a party?
Yes, I do have a party. I was going independent, but I have been, or I had been approached by a lot of parties, and they say they like my manifesto, and they want to really align with a new candidate, somebody with fresh blood, somebody who is going to help them deliver. So I met with a few, and I'm not going to mention names like on camera, but I like the policies of what I decided to align myself with, Dr. Omandi.
Okay. So what can you tell us which party you are going to run on?
So I'm running under National Reconstruction Alliance.
Okay.
And with the reconstruction part, it's we are going to actually look at everything, and just reconstruct it and make sure that, it aligns with what I stand for. Because for me, I mean, after going on the ground and seeing what's happening or what has happened, I wanted to align myself with a party that represents my principles.
So you, after reading that, so you chose that as a party.
Yes.
Now, when is the National Reconstruction Party doing the primaries?
So we are not doing the primaries because in Nyamira County, National Reconstruction Alliance didn't have any women rep representatives. So this is a direct nomination. So I get to go to the ballot and battle with the likes of UDA and any other aspirants.
Well, that is good that you got a direct nomination. So while you were away, parties have ODM has been postponing primaries. Some they are doing consensus. Even UDA are doing consensus. Yes. And even in some stronghold, we are having a crisis. I want to bring you speedy. Before you comment about the primaries, I would like you to listen to this clip, something which happened today.
Tunasema kama wananchi haitaendelea, hata mshuke muende wapi nyinyi wale ambao wako Nairobi mweketi. Hatutakubali, tunataka haki. Angalia sasa, watu walipiga kura usiku. Usiku wa watu walipiga kura, ona. Alafu sasa mnatuambia eti tutulie. Alafu mnatuambia eti kuna nyingine inaprintiwa Nairobi mnaletwa. Iletwa wapi? Kwa hivyo tunaomba Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, Mheshimiwa William Ruto, najua unaniona na unanisikiza. Uketi Nairobi ukiwa umepanga nyumbani. La sivyo, mimi mwenyewe party nitasema leo. Ukijaribu kutulazimisha leo hii kwa hii process, tunaambia Raila karibu Bomet. Mukijaribu round hii kutulazimisha hii kitu.
Okay.
Yes.
That is UDA members from Bomet who are waiting to do their primaries while you were away.
Yes.
And before that, they found an accident. There was a car accident, and in that car, people got the ballot papers before the election, which were marked for a specific person. Now, you are going to be represented in the National Assembly. What is your take about this way of the way people are doing primary? And you can see how in that clip people are frustrated with the primaries, the way the parties are doing. What would you like changed?
So I'm going to say this. You know, fairness is the key to going forward. So if there were ballot papers that were found, that is not coincidence. Maybe God wanted that to happen. So if there is anybody who was thinking, hey, you know what, I'm going to get a fair nomination because, you know, I have a way, I am saying maybe there is an intervention bigger than we think. And just, it frustrates me that this is happening. Yes.
Yeah. You know, this is a problem which has been in Kenya in parties for a long time. Even when we had one party, KANU, I maybe you were not born by that time when you were a little kid. The KANU brought what was normally called, famously called Mulolongo. Did you hear about Mulolongo? Not Mulolongo Estate here, but.
No, I had a Mulolongo. Of course, I did.
You did. Where people used to line up in broad daylight for primaries.
Yes.
And they can count the people, but when they write the figures, they write different figures. So we have had this problem. So if you become a women rep in the assembly,
yes,
what would you like to introduce in the National Assembly to streamline these primary party primaries?
So for party primaries, you know, for me, I want to point out to a few things. Here, is it democracy? Yeah. Or is it the fact that somebody has a relationship with a leader?
Okay.
Yeah. What are the qualifications? Because if you are, as a people, electing somebody because, oh, you know what, they have an affiliation with UDA or, you know, Azimio, or their friends, that is direct or indirect nepotism. And if I'm not talking to anybody out there, I want to tell you that it's unfair, it is sad, because that's what has brought our country to where it is right now. So if we are practicing democracy, then we have to be fair. We have to be fair. Give everybody a chance. Okay.
Well, that is good. I know it's late and you have been on the flight, so you want to sleep. But thank you for taking time to come to the studio.
Yes.
And one of the questions I want to know, what plans do you have for Nyamira once you become a women rep?
What plans do I have for Nyamira? Oh, that is a dear question. So here, I'll just tell you, Nyamira lacks healthcare in terms of, you know, our healthcare system is like the lowest. So I'm looking at improving the healthcare system because, you know, I'm very passionate about healthcare. I'm looking at improving our women, you know, project systems, our youth. You know, if there is any way we can even bring industries or attract industries, because we are a very rich county. And one thing I want people to ask themselves is, before you go voting, don't think about the handouts, because anybody can give you 500 today. But 500 shillings is not going to last you for the next 5 years, because they will disappear and they come back again and they buy you out. So I am looking at you and I'm just saying, make the right decisions.
Well, now that you have said you want Nyamira to shine and you are so passionate about health, but as you know, women, you don't have much vote, much control.
Yes.
More especially like what the governor has. The governor has a more say of doing those things. What would you advise people when they are going to elect a governor in Nyamira? Because that is that is where you start to make your job easy.
So before you start electing a governor in Nyamira, think about what has been done before. Think about what the state of the hospital looks like. Think about the policies. Look at hospitals that have done well. I'd give you examples of Tenwick. I'd give you examples of Eldoret, like hospitals in Eldoret that have done well. So elect somebody who is going to give you the medications. If I promise, I'm coming with medications, that's what I need to deliver. Ask your governors, how much, and they actually have to give you the numbers. How much have they been given for healthcare? How much has been allocated for infectious disease? How much has been allocated for malaria, tropical medicine? So ask those questions. How much has been allocated for healthcare workers, so that we don't have to have people going buying their own supplies or buying their own medications when we actually have supplies that have been allocated. Ask those questions and don't accept handouts, because today you can get that handout. How about tomorrow?
You have brought a very point that let people not get handouts, and it reminds me of one of the officers of anti-corruption who answered something like that, which I would like you to listen.
Yes.
If you are running a poultry farm, and then you are getting somebody who will manage the farm from within the area there. He comes, he say, I was working in Machakos in a poultry farm. I have experience in poultry work. Which company or which place? This place. Who's your immediate employer? So and so. Then you call that guy. He tells you that guy is a very good farm manager, but he's a thief. Or I removed him here because he was, I suspected he was stealing the animal feeds. Would you say because he has not been taken to court, I will employ him? Would you do that, you yourself? Of course not. Then why do you have such characters that members of the public know that they have been red flagged and they keep on electing and they expect them good leadership? And when those guys start stealing across the country, every county is in a mess, save a few. And then you say, oh, ESCC is not working. You're the first person to be blamed. You voted a crook.
What you can be, it's the same like that officer is complaining about.
Yeah.
We know somebody has a track record where he has come from.
Mm-hmm.
He has stolen the money. He's going to give people handouts.
Yeah.
And the people still elect him. What do you tell people about that?
So here's what I'm going to tell you about that, because it's not about you. It is about a generation. So you can get a handout today, but how about your brother? How about your sister? How about your son? Because a handout is just given to you. So when something happens and they cannot reach that person who promised to give the handout, you're stuck. So just be fair.
Mm-hmm.
Be fair, and let's move forward as a nation. Thank you.
Yeah, and then that corruption, bribing of voters is very rampant, and we have seen it on camera, and nothing has been done. I would like you to look at this clip. That is somewhere in Nyamira. See, somebody giving people money, and he's saying tomorrow I will be here. He gives money today, and again comes tomorrow. He is giving the people. And this is the kind of people are feeding the voters.
Oh, sorry.
You think that? What do you say about that? That is in Nyamira. That clip was caught in Nyamira.
So, and that is the county that I'm vying in. For Nyamirans, you know, if you receive the money, you receive the handouts, just remember that, you know what, you have a brother, you have a son, you have a generation, and you might need services where you want somebody to be fair. So you receive that money, and unfortunately you can't get a service in the hospital because you have to transfer it to Tanwek or another hospital. So think about that. You know, I'm not going to tell you, oh, don't receive the handouts, but you have to use your brain. Unfortunately, healthcare and food matters. I mean, we're going into drought seasons, so you can accept a bribe, but remember, you're leaving a generation that is gonna be suffering. So if you want your child to suffer, if you want your wife to go hungry because you went and received a bribe, well, you know what? Welcome to the table, but think about those things.
Okay, very good. We are coming to an end, but I would like you to talk to the people of Nyamira. What is that one important thing you would like to tell them that now you have arrived? Maybe even where you're going to have a meeting tomorrow, if you are going to, do you want to tell them something?
Yeah. So thank you so much, Nyamira. I mean, I grew up in Itibo Primary School. I'm a daughter of a single mother. I am back, and the reason I'm back is to just help my people. At the end of the day, you know, I look at the US and I say, yes, it has done me well. I've learned the education, I've brought in all the gifts that I could, but I want you to know that I'm here. I'll be visiting churches. It is my primary church. I come from Womagamo, so you will see me in rallies. I'm a healthcare guru, so if I come to your word and I'm like, I want your blood pressure, let's make sure you're healthy.
Okay.
It's only a hand.
Well, it was nice having you.
Thank
you very
so
much. I know you are tired, but we wish you the best of luck in your campaigns.